Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, call on Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash, the great Ali Shaddai of Israel, the great I am, the possessor of heaven and earth, the spirits of heaven and earth. I come before the name of Yahweh Shai, the Adonai, the Hamashiach, the light of this world, the one who died for Israel and rose to sit to become his father's royal right arm, my redeemer, my comforter, and salvation, and the only one that pleads blood over Israel, the only nation granted for us salvation, giving respect to the great the great high apostles, great millstone, who give me all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, for the eyes for me to see, and for the light that shines the darkness around me. Shalom to those great brothers who's put in diligent work and risk their freedom in their life to do so. And giving much respect to the Akim, my brothers that's not a part of Great Millstone, but they follow Great Millstone, and you know what I'm saying, they be on the highways and byways too, and they bring out the word when they're at home as well. Much respect to these brothers. They also risk a freedom in life to do so, and the brothers that I look up to, and you know, brothers like myself. So shalom, and giving our respect to the Aqua, the beautiful women that are a part of the word. And whether you got a man or not, you still fear the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, and you listen and you learn in silence. So coming back at you with another episode of, you know what I'm saying, the Bible, aka us, the beautiful, the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and Em Yahushai and his beautiful children, the children of Israel, you know, and giving all respects to Yahweh Shem Yahushai and Em Yahushai. So, you know, I got a nice little set presentation, as bootleg as this all is, you know, not as flashy as the rest of the brothers, but it gets straight to the point, you know, and word for word, right out of the Bible, in your face, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if too many people listen to my videos, but, you know, when the times come and these things happen, everybody's videos, all the brothers, you know what I'm saying, the high apostles mostly, and even all the brothers that put in their work, all the videos are going to skyrocket because people are going to want to know, people are going to want to listen at the last minute. So, you know, got a couple of presentations down the line, you know, they're really good. They send out a great message, and they, you know what I'm saying, it's all for the children of Israel, you know, so we gonna get to it. Right here, chapter 3, Isaiah chapter 3, Isaiah chapter 3, verse 1. There you go. I said it backwards. It says, "For behold, Yahweh of armies," because hosts mean armies, "takes away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stock and the store, the whole supply of bread and the whole supply of water. The mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet, the diviner and the elder, the captain of 50 and the honorable man, the counselor and the skillful artisan, and the expert enchanter. I will give," when he takes it all away, so they all gonna die. And one of the key points of today is the stock and the store, the whole supply of bread and the whole supply of water, which has a lot to do with the economy and, you know what I'm saying, the way it flows, and the famines and the pestilence and all that. So that's the key part to this verse. It says, "I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. The people will be oppressed, every one by another, and everyone by his neighbor. The child will be insolent toward the elder, and the base toward the honorable." And that's exactly what happened during our time. We had the babes shall rule over them. That's the Edomites, you know what I'm saying, because they have the mind of a child, you know, and they toss us ever so they will. They break us, you know, they'll forget about us, you know, they'll probably come back and play with us and constantly harass us like a child with a toy. That's how it is. It says the people will be oppressed, everyone by his neighbor, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. That's true. It says the child will be insolent toward the elder, and the base toward the honorable. Exactly. So the child will be insolent toward the elder. You know, you got a lot of wicked kids, and kids don't care about the elderly or their parents. And it says in the base toward the honorable, meaning that people our people wouldn't care about the elect. They don't care about the prophets. They don't care about the word. You know what I'm saying? That's being distributed for their safety, for their protection. You know, to come back to Yahweh is for you to be protected. So when these times do set in a place and you seeing them, and you're seeing them for your own eyes, you know what I'm saying? Like, to the point to where you may hear about it, you can see it on TV, on the news, but when it's in your face and it's out there, it's real, you're in this, the trials and Jacob's trouble, and the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, WW3, all coming to the time of Yahweh Shai's return, the great son of the Ali Shaidra. You know what I'm saying? When you're in it, you know what I'm saying, then that's when it's going to take effect. It says, when a man takes hold of his brother in the house of his father, saying, you have clothing, you be our ruler, and let these ruins be under your power. And that day he will protest, saying, I cannot cure your ills, for in my house is neither food nor clothing. Do not make me a ruler of the people. See, that's what's going to happen. People going to be lost, you know. They going to look for help. You know what I'm saying? They going to try to find help. They going to go to and fro, but nobody going to help them, because everybody is going, nearly everybody except for the elect, is going to be in the same boat, needing help, constantly looking for answers, wondering why this happened, why that happened, why is there no food, why is there no water, what in the hell is going on, how come I have not been told. They going to act so blind, and then they going to suddenly remember, damn, it was some brothers on the street and on the highways and byways telling me what's going on. It was some brothers that was trying to warn me about the things that are going to happen. They've been saying it for years, you know, and it's going to finally click in all our brothers and sisters' minds to go to the prophets. But guess what? The prophets not going to be there, because they got to prepare for the tribulation too. So they're not going to be there. They're not going to be there to answer your questions. They're not going to be able to give you that beautiful holy water. You know what I'm saying? Because the prophets tried to give you the water. You couldn't even hold it. You know what I'm saying? You let it fall on the floor, you know? So, you know, they're going to be looking for answers and can't find them, you know? Your family going to come back asking you questions. People are going to want to meet you, because these times are going to come in the past. Everybody that was pushing the word, you know what I'm saying, all the way from the top dogs, Great Millstone, all the way on down that follow Great Millstone, they going to be glorified, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to have all kind of people, friends, people you haven't heard from in a while. Hey, man, word travels, man. You'll be surprised. Ex-girlfriends, you know, ex-boyfriends for women that did, you know, believe in the word. You know what I'm saying? They'll come and hit you up and was like, hey, what did you say about that Bible again? It's going to be funny. You know what I'm saying? So that what's going to happen. You're going to see, you know what I'm saying? Even me in my life, I'm going to see friends coming to visit me, people coming to visit me, you know. People calling me, people texting me, people I ain't heard from in a long time. They done found out my number. How did you get this number? Or I haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah, remember you was telling me about that, you know, those things that happened in the Bible, you know, and we was talking about the Bible, and I said I didn't believe, you know. Well, I'm sorry about that. It's a lot of things that are happening, and I've changed my mind. Is there any way you can help me? There's any way you can break down this Bible to me and teach me, so I can teach my family, my friends, you know, my boyfriend, you know, and, you know, because, you know, you got a lot of women that'll depart from you, you know, and they don't want to be with you. They so thrilled off in the world that they would abandon you for everything that's going on in the world, not giving a fuck, not giving a care. You know, sorry to be kind of emotional, but, you know, that was me and my predicament. But I'm just saying, people will come back to you trying to acquire that blessing. They want to take the blessing. They want to take the blessing. They want the blessing that you got, you know. They're going to finally realize how precious the word is when the, what they call it, SHTF, the shit hits the fan, because it's about to happen. And the word is going to be more precious than gold. The word is going to be more precious than a McLaren. You know what I'm saying? The word is going to be more precious than a celebrity. The word is going to be more precious than your home, than your kids. You know what I'm saying? People going to be fighting over this word, you know, trying to take the word from the prophets and the believers, but they can't have it. I can't give you something like that, I won't give it to you. And like the Lord say, to the famine, to the famine, to the sword, to the sword, to pestilence, to the pestilence. Go and ask your gods. Go and ask your idols. You know, go and ask your false prophets. Go and ask your white friends. Let's see if they'll answer, and they'll give you what you need to survive. You know. So we're gonna continue. It says, "For Jerusalem stumbled and Judah is fallen because their tongue and their doings." So you fell on your own because of the things that you said, because of the things that you did. It was your fault. You brought this all upon yourself. And you could have gave it to the Lord, and the Lord would have got rid of it, and you would have been, converted and changed and been better, just like the rest of us that's striving for that. But no, you didn't want to get up, do no work. You didn't want to get up and even give the Bible a chance. You didn't want to listen to the prophets when you happen to walk past them. You didn't even want to believe. You stayed in the religion that you stayed in. Ooh, it's going to be bad for these motherfuckers, man. It's going to be bad for our people. Bad, bad, bad. You wanted to be friends with the Edomites. You wanted to be cool with them. You wanted to go and have sex with them, be with these white people. Well, you can die with them. That's how God feel. You wanted to be how you was, and you didn't want to change. You didn't listen to the prophets day to day. You didn't listen to their lessons and listen to what they had to say, at least, and the things that they say are convincing, and they have proof. They can provide the proof, and they're very believable. But no, you let your friends be like, hey, you want to go out? Don't worry about that Bible stuff. I don't think you should believe in it. It's not real. But, we can go out and go turn up. I got pills. I got weed. I got drink. I got other friends that are going to meet up at these parties you want to go. Because spirit of persuasion is very powerful, and it's very powerful on our people. Since they're vulnerable spiritually, it amplifies it with the flesh, because the flesh is vulnerable. So, they can easily just like that, forget about what you talked about the Bible, what you said about the Bible, and just going about their day. It's a passage in the Bible that say that they can clap their hands, they enjoy listening, but it's not in to do them. It's not in it for them to do it, and it's not in their heart to remember it. So they like, yeah, let's go. It's time for me to go to school. That was a great story, Dad. That was really interesting, but I got to go to school. My friends need me. Make matters worse, it's just like that, different categories. That's how I explain our people. Oh, I got to go to work, Afterwards, me and my wife are going to go out to go eat and go kick it, and yeah, whatever. The Bible is nice, but I don't believe in it. And then, boom, that's when it's all going to happen. And everybody going to come running, and everybody going to come lurking and looking from high and low. They're going to try to kill you for the Bible, man. They're going to try to kill you for the word. They're going to threaten you and all that. And, they're going to come after you. You're going to have to cut people off. You're going to have to go on your own, because God is going to call you. He's going to call you, and everybody that's going to get caught, which already happened, they're going to know what to do, and then you're going to tell them, get the fuck off, man. Get away from me, man. You didn't believe anyway. You didn't care, and it's been years in the making. This shit crazy. That's the crazy part. God is slow to anger, long suffering. So he gave you all the time in the world, literally all the time in the world, years, man. That's how retarded our people are, and how much they stuck in a reprobate mindset, Stockholm syndrome, house nigga. I do what I want. I believe what I want to believe in. You had years to, that's how serious the word is, man. That's how serious it is. Lord was diligent with you, man. Yahweh been diligent with his children. So it's been years, man. And you had all that time to convert and get with Yahweh. You had all that time to go back to the Lord. The truth been on display for a while. It's been amplified through the internet. The internet is called the unicorn in the Bible. But, some people did know who they was, and they just chose to throw it behind them, ball it up like a bad idea and throw it into the trash. I'm telling you, man, it's one of those ideas that's so good, you're going to come digging in the trash for it. You realize it and took out the trash to the dumpster and threw it all away. That idea is no longer there. God is going to erase it all. People been talking shit. But, sadly, it's just sad to see a lot of our people that's going to have to die, and that's going to have to pay the terrible price. You're going to have to pay a terrible price for the things that you do. It says again are against Yahweh. It says because their tongue and their doings, what you do and what you say, and God be hearing that like, oh man, he really don't believe, he really don't care. Well, that's gonna be on his own chagrin. That's gonna be on your own downfall. Be laughing at you. Look at this stupid ass nigga. He wanna. Oh, now he wanna call. Oh, now he wanna come be my friend. Oh, now she wanna be with me. You see that weird shit? I don't be laughing. But shit, when all the chaos and shit start, I'ma get on. That's what's gonna happen. You gonna come. Niggas gonna come and try to come to the house and all that, and I ain't even gonna answer my phone or nothing. I'm gonna leave my phone. I'm gonna leave all my shit here, and I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be gone, man. They gonna be like, where the hell Chris go? Or where the hell Thomas go? Where the hell Jeremy go? They're gone. Just like that, and you gonna be left and lost in this in the seas of chaos. Why the prophets and the believers, God is gonna allow them to have a way to get on, and Lord willing, I'm one of them. So it says, because their tongue and their doings are against Yahweh to provoke the eyes of his glory. It says, the look on their countenance witnesses against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They do not hide it. Woe to their soul, for they have brought evil upon themselves. So don't feel bad, man. I can't feel bad. I can't feel bad. Like I said, instead of the prophets being sad about these people, they're gonna be laughing at their ass, man. Instead of us crying and weeping, we gonna be enjoying it. We gonna be like, you finally got what you deserve. You finally got it. We ain't gonna feel bad for these people dying and being killed and being torn apart, being raped to death, being shot up, being burned. I'm not gonna feel bad. It's not gonna have too much of emotion. Why? Because I know the secret. I got the word, man. So it says, say to the righteous what it shall be, that it shall be well with them, and they shall eat the fruit of their own doings. Yep, what you put in it is what you get out of it. Woe to the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. What you build up is what you created was what you have, man. You dish in, you dish out. You put the hours in, you get the money out, So that's exactly what it is. Faith without works is dead, man. You didn't put in nothing, you're gonna get nothing from the Lord. It's gonna get that strict. It's gonna get that serious. You didn't believe in the Lord don't believe in you. So it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, those who lead you cause you to err and destroy the way of your paths. It says Yahweh stands up to plead and stands to judge the people, because this is a woman's world. So God say, let's see how women is going to react and how they going to be able to maneuver during times of war and famine and collapse. How you going to be able to maneuver that, It says Yahweh stands up to plead and stands to judge the people. Yahweh will enter into judgment with the elders of his people and his princes, for you have eaten up the vineyard, the plunder of the poor is in your houses. What do you mean, crushing my people and grinding the faces of the poor, says Yahweh of hosts. And that's the white man. God said, start with my people and then I'm going to come after you. That's exactly how it's going to be. They're not scared now, but they're going to be scared shortly. And the time to come, everybody going to be scared. They're going to be like, damn. And right now, like as of today and these days on, we more and more is starting to manifest. More and more people starting to pay attention. Whether they believe, people that believe, we see it coming. It's the people that don't believe that's seeing it coming. Like, okay, maybe these guys aren't lying, or what's going on, or why is all this happening? What is the meaning of all this? So it says, moreover, Yahweh says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with outstretched necks. Women think they the shit, and they got a lot of benefits that men don't have. And they get to enjoy the things of this world because the white man allows them. They do whatever they want. It's something. Our women, they weird, man. They go back and forth. They even go between different races and shit. They do a lot of weird shit to gain their way through the society. But what happens when society crumbles? I wonder. It says, and wanton eyes walking and mincing as they go, making the jingling with their feet. Therefore Yahweh will strike with a scab the crown of the heads of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will uncover their secret parts. So it happened a long time ago. During our times of slavery, this happened to our women. Now we forward into the future, it's about to happen again. So, you think your bitch bad and all that, think she beautiful. Well, we're gonna see when there is no more stuff to help her to be beautiful. No more makeup, no more wigs, no more nice, beautiful outfits. No more looking fly, no more hygiene. Because all this stuff comes from different places, man. Everything that's on your body came from different nations and shit. And these women don't understand what the consequences is. But Yahweh give, Yahweh take away. So, they like, it's even a fallout in our people too. They fall out of the truth too, because God give and God take away. But what makes it worse is that it's gonna be the impact on our women, because God said, "I'm gonna kill your men too." So you don't have no men. Not only you don't care about them. So God says, since you don't care about them, I'm just gonna take them away. Since you see as a man instead of a woman being a trophy, the man is the trophy. So God say, I'm gonna take them away, and we gonna see how you gonna act. We're gonna see how you gonna act when you gotta shoot guns, and we're gonna see how you act when you gotta fight for your life. Or when you gotta find a way to eat. You gotta find out how to drink water, find out how to clean yourself. All these things are about to come into play again. So it says, in that day Yahweh will take away the finery, the jingling, the anklets, the scarves and the crescents, the pendants, the bracelets and the veils, the headdresses and leg ornaments and the headbands, the perfume boxes, the charms, the rings, the nose jewels. God know his women. God know our people. It says the nose jewels, the festal apparel, and the mantles, the outer garments, the purses, and the mirrors, the fine linen, the turbans, and the robes. So it shall be, instead of a sweet smell, there will be a stench. Instead of a sash, a rope. Instead of well set hair, meaning that they had real hair. At a point in time, they had hair that was better than white women, curly, long, beautiful. Our women was beautiful, and they didn't need wigs. But it said, instead of a sash, a rope, meaning that they gotta get fake hair to replace the hair that they're supposed to have, because being bald is a curse. It's a curse. It says, instead of well set hair, baldness. Instead of a rich robe, a girding sackcloth, and branding instead of beauty. Your men shall fall by the sword, and your mighty in the war. Her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit on the ground. Because one thing that our women like is attention. So when the attention is no longer on them, and as beautiful as a woman is during these riots, niggas gonna be pushing her out the way just to go get that food. Like, move, bitch. Push that bitch on the ground, and she gonna get trampled by everybody. And this girl fine as hell, and that nigga did not regard her. You know what I'm saying? He trying to go get something to eat. He could care less about that woman. So it says, and that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, because they gonna seek the prophets. They're gonna seek the elect, those of them that got that power to make sure that they can eat, those of them that can call on Yahweh, and Yahweh gonna answer them and take care of them and the people that's with them. It says, it says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own food and wear our own apparel. It says, only let us be called by your name to take away our reproach. In that day the branch of Yahweh shall be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and appealing for those of Israel who have escaped. And that's going to be the great collapse that's coming. So I'm going to show you a video or 2 or 3 that's going to show you that the great collapse is getting closer and closer by the day, by the hour, by the minute, by the second. And that it's very dire for you to get back to Yahweh. Because what's most importantly is you being with Yahweh, so you can be spiritually sane and spiritually intact and spiritually prepared when these times come and this thing goes full circle, because it's almost going full circle. So it's best to get back to God While you can, you kind of, I mean, based on the condition of what's going on and the curses that's coming on the white man, he ain't got too much time for it before his nation collapses. He can't stop the economic wave. He will not pay the people that he owed back. These wars are getting out of control. You know what I'm saying? This so-called poison or jump shot, what the prophets call it, the jump shot that you get in your arm, that shit in China going haywire. People around the world, for some strange reason, they're locking down their resources. They not giving shit up. You know, so this white man and his nation only got so long to go. Talking about by 2050, no, 2050, y'all, then everything gonna be in a collapse. Duh, that's because America is gonna collapse before time. So it's best for our people to get with Yahweh and get into your repentance, and it may be well with you that the Lord protects you, man, because God does protect. God does hear those that he called, that call him. You ain't just sitting on the world, and you ain't just sitting on the world, nigga, and you looking above you in this space and this time and this planets and shit. You know, you got the sun and moon revolve around you, and nobody made that shit. Talking about I don't believe in God, but I believe there's a higher power. You contradicting yourself, man. Sound like a fucking idiot. That's the easiest test, man. And you failing the most easiest test is to know that Yahweh exists, and you just won't admit it, man. You just won't admit it, and everything around you is just there. Fucking retarded. That's why I say, like I say to my people, they gotta come back to the Lord. You gotta come back, man. You've seen all the proof. You've seen all the things that Yahweh does. The God has a name. It's Yahweh. His only begotten son name is Yahweh Shai. It's not no white man. You know what I'm saying? It's not, no white man didn't make none of this. The white man is our sworn enemy. He the one that took over the world. He put us into captivity. He killed us, destroyed us, raped, robbed, murdered us. He did all kinds of horrible acts that can never be forgotten. His generation got to suffer for it, and a white man is not God. He's some wicked demon that's destined to fall, and he gonna do everything, even try to take you with him. So, you know, for like they've been saying, they got proof of the economic collapse, and that it's happening a lot more quicker than what they believe, and it's all in their face. It's all in your face, man. This shit is real, man. So I'm gonna show you this video. You can go to Epic Economics yourself, and you can go and look at these videos, because the white niggas ain't lying, man. They see the collapse coming. This white person has been doing the epic economics. This Edomite has been recording these events for at least 4 to 5 years, because he's seen it coming 4 to 5 years ago. This shit is so gigantic. It's been in the works for years. So you can't say you didn't hear about the end of America. It's been there for years, man. Just things just like that. Like I said, Yahweh is slow to anger, long suffering. You know, it takes time for these things to happen, but now we at the boiling point. We are literally at the boiling point for everything to fucking explode. Now you starting to little and little, more and more and more, especially when we go through this summer that's coming up. You're gonna see it, and it's gonna be more and more visible, man. It ain't gonna take no 3 to 4 years. This shit is happening now, like now. It's just that it's taking time, you know what I'm saying, for them to run out of shit. It's taking time for the inflation to get worse, and inflation is getting worse. It is getting worse. Prices going up in the food places, in the like Smith, Walmart, you know what I'm saying, Vons, you know, if they got a Vons, whatever. What's another food market? I forgot, whatever, you know, but got the grocery stores is going up, and at the fast food restaurants is going up. You know what I'm saying? It's getting more and more expensive. So people keep buying and buying, not realizing that you should be spending that money on at least preparing, you know. But we all know that's not going to get them nowhere. But I'm just saying, like, you didn't even have enough mind to get ready for the shit that's coming. It's just going to hit you. But we know to be spiritually prepared. That's what matters.
24 stats to crush anyone who thinks America has a bright economic future. 1. Inflation is a silent tax. that steals wealth from the population over time. We continue to spend increasing amounts of money on our daily necessities, and yet our incomes are not keeping pace. Just check and subscribe to our channel to keep updated with our future videos. Without further ado, here are 24 stats to crush anyone who thinks America has a bright economic future. 1. Inflation is a silent tax that steals wealth from the population over time. We continue to spend increasing amounts of money on our daily necessities, and yet our incomes are not keeping pace. Just check out the following examples. Authorities say that the current spike in inflation is a result of soaring oil prices due to the conflict abroad and its impact on gas prices. But the truth is that gas prices have been rising steadily since 2010. Back then, the price of a gallon of gas was $2.57. In 2011, it jumped to $3.04 by 20.
And listen to him, like the man said, you're spending all your money, not realizing that the people that's getting your money, they putting it into that Bitcoin cryptocurrency or whatever it could be, and they getting richer and richer while you becoming broker and broker. That's really what's happening right now, and the inflation is making it worse, way worse. After all this is said and done, who wouldn't want to riot after all these things come into play? And the blind people and our people, you know what I'm saying, which are the blind people, when they finally open their eyes and they see all the damage that's been done, wouldn't be surprised. That's where it's gonna come from. The riots is gonna come from them being suppressed. You know what I'm saying? For them going broke, from the hyperinflation and things that's going out of control that they can't control, and they realize that society is all done away with, and this white man can't hold his nation together. You know what I'm saying? He can't hold his world together, and they all gonna riot. It's not gonna be no surprise, man. It might be a surprise to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they just now finding out about all this. Because you refused to figure it out? You didn't even want to read the Bible. You didn't want to turn to the Lord, so God blinded you. So when it's time, when God open your eyes just for these times for you to see what the hell is going on, you're gonna go crazy, man. Our people are idiots, man. The ones that don't believe, or they done made a grave mistake.
12, gas prices climbed to $3.29. Now, 10 years later, we're paying $4.41. Although external factors can affect prices, the trend already existed, and it shows us that economic conditions have been deteriorating for a long time. 2, believe it or not, at the current prices, the average American household is going to spend approximately $6,175 just on gasoline this year. And that's an almost $2,000 increase from 10 years ago. 3, electricity bills are rising at the fastest pace since 2008. In December 2021,
Elon Musk is about to shock the world, and it could mean big things for investors who make their move right now. I'll explain. You know Elon Musk, the richest
That's
person
all
in
the
the
white
world.
people care about
The
is their
prolific
money.
entrepreneur who founded Tesla.
the residential electricity price increased by 4.3%, and researchers with the U.S. Energy Information Administration expect prices to rise another 3.9% in 2022. 4, healthcare costs continue to rise at a very alarming pace. According to Peterson KFF Healthcare System Tracker, over the past 5 decades, health spending has sharply increased from $353 per person in 1970 to a staggering $12,531 per person last year. Data also shows that over the past 12 months, total.
And that's another thing. When these wicked ass Edomites and our wicked people, you know, the 2/3, when they can't get the health care that they need, man, that's what's gonna also get them to mentally break. That's the thing that's going on right now, especially for, you know, the adults of our people, you know, for the elderly, the people that really got like things riding on this shit, like nice cars, expensive homes, They paying for everything. Everything is solely off their backs. You know, it's just a race of the mind. You know, how long can our people deal with mental strain? How long can you not pay attention to the things that's coming to us right in your face? And it's gonna break them, man. So they doing the best that they can. And when they figure out that the best that you can ain't worth it, it's not even half of what you got to do. They gonna go nuts. It's gonna trigger the riots. It's gonna trigger all the chaos. These people gonna lose their minds, man. And they ain't gonna have no. Because right now, it's not the collapse. It's not the financial inflation. It's not the gas prices. It's not the famine. What what these elites and these wicked white people are focused on, and it's even on their own, but mainly the children of Israel, is they strain and they faith of believing in a lie, man, because they believe in a lie. How long is it gonna take for the people to just say fuck it? I'm gonna take what I want, you know. I'm gonna go and get what I need. We can't depend on the government no more. We can't depend on these people. These people is fucking us over. We just gonna take it. If you can't give it to me, then I'm gonna take it. That's exactly what's going on. The real race is a mental race, man. How long can our people deal with that much strain, man? Give it 2 to 3 months right now. They're going to be dealing with so much shit. It's going to make them mentally collapse. They're going to finally realize that there's no hope because our people are very prideful. So, you know, Yahweh is breaking that pride part. He has to smash that. And it takes time, but, you know, right now we in perfect timing with the inflation and all that. And like they said, they're calling it the second depression. That's how bad things are going to get. But in this depression, instead of them lining up for steamed water and bread, these niggas gonna riot and they gonna take what they want, man. Especially when they watch, you gonna get to it when the rationings get serious and they running out of food and it's happening everywhere. Ain't no more saying that, oh, I don't see it in my state. That's exactly what a lot of idiots say. Instead of heeding a warning and be like, okay, I gotta get ready for this shit. You know, our people like, all right, I gotta get back to the Yahweh because I see these things happening. I see the prophecy taking place. And they're not going to listen to all that. They're going to be like, well, I'll deal with it when it gets to my state. That's how wicked our people are. I'll deal with it when I see it. I'll believe it, you know. I don't want to hear all of this. When it happens, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. When you don't have no idea what's coming, man. Like God said, you ain't never seen this before. This is going to be bad, man.
National health expenditures grew by around $365 billion compared to a year prior, with health spending per capita rising 9.3% in 2021.
Like I said, you got to know, you got to understand, especially that medical, it wasn't brought up for no reason. A lot of people got to get taken care of. There's a lot of elderly that need their medicine. You know, that's a lot. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of kids and shit that be needing these medicines and these pharmaceuticals, stuff to repair them, stuff to keep them sane. Some people are in unbearable pain because God put them there and they need this medicine. They solely depend on this shit to survive the next day. Parents got to get retard kids autism for their medicine to keep them in check. Asthma pumps for their children that can't breathe. Because all these things, they got curses that they fighting off, our people. And what happens when the stuff that keep these curses at bay allowed it to overtake them? So that's what's going to happen. The pharmaceuticals and all that making it so expensive to where you can't afford that shit no more.
College education has also become insanely expensive in America.
Oh, here go my favorite one.
Last year, college graduates who took out student loans borrowed on average $40,904. That's nearly $15,000 more than students from the class of 2010 who borrowed $24,937, representing the 30.
Did you hear that? The children of the future. Guess what? It ain't no fucking future, man. So we gonna give an estimate, man. By a year or two from now, it ain't gonna be no more colleges. It ain't gonna be no more none of that. You know why people go to college? You know why kids are going to school? So that one day they can get paid big bucks and make millions of dollars, and they can have good jobs and take care of their kid. They take care of their kids. You know what I'm saying? Issue them a future, get them nice cars, get them nice clothes, all that shit. But guess what? That's why the teachers are there, so they can get paid, man. So when this money is no more good and things get too expensive, you know, it ain't gonna be worth it. So you gonna go there knowing that you ain't gonna get paid. And as for them assholes and them wicked ass kids and the wicked ass parents to be like, oh, my kids are gonna be something. Your kids are not gonna be anything. You know. I done heard it from blacks too. You know what I'm saying? Mainly our people. They wicked, man. Oh, my son, he's gonna be a doctor. He's gonna take care of everything. He's gonna be able to take care of me. I'm a I can say it. Look, I'm a corporate specialist. You know, whatever they may be. I'm a technical pharmaceutist. You know, and I got my own house. I got my own car. You know, and I encourage my kids to do the same and go make your life. Go make dreams happen. Go make this and that happen. Well, I'll tell you what, that shit ain't no more possible. By putting your kid in school, putting them in school, you're not even you're not only assuring them that they're gonna be college bums. They're gonna be mules for the government, my nigga. You just transferring money to them effortlessly. They ain't gotta do nothing. They ain't gotta lift a finger for this money. These dumbass college kids that's learning this fake false knowledge is the ones that's gonna pump the government with so much cash, to the point to where it's just ridiculous. Like, man, oh my goodness, man. I'm glad that I didn't go to college. Let's per se that I'm glad that my mind wasn't in school like that. I might have learned something and gained some talent to where I can get an advantage in this life, but what's the point when this world is about to pass away? What's the point when this economy is about to implode on itself? What's the fucking point? But that's not per se, because I know the word. You know, brothers and prophets and all of us, we know the word. We got the secret. We believe in Yahweh. So God had made it a lot more easier for those of us to get back to the Lord, man. Get back to the Lord, get right. You know, go out to the highways and byways, do what you got to do the real work. Learning from the Lord is a lot more easier than dealing with the world and going to school, man, because it's complicated. These people is going to drag you through dirt and shit, you know what I'm saying? Just for you to get a high school diploma, just for you to get especially our children, the children of Israel, you know what I'm saying? Us, the children of Israel, you Negroes, Mexicans, you Indians, they break their back. They gymnastic break their back. They encourage their kids. They beat their kids, beat the shit out of their kids for them to get them to learn and get them to get diplomas and degrees and master degrees and shit and PhDs and shit. All to find out it was for no reason, man. And like he just said, college is way too damn expensive, and they're advising you really not to go to college. It's people that's telling you ain't got to go to college to land a good job. And then further down the line, during what this man got to say, they're going to tell you that it's no more jobs. It's been like that for 3 to 4 years. It's no more jobs. They've been selling, and then America been like that for even longer than that. They've been sending all the jobs to other nations because they know that they're going broke. So they selling off everything that they got. America is on this last leg, and people just don't understand that. But, you know, fuck them college kids, man. That's how I say. People used to laugh at me. People used to make fun of me. Well, guess what? All the knowledge that you learn is not real. And the things that you're doing ain't going to get you nowhere, man. You running on a treadmill. You a rat in the wheel, powering something much greater than yourself, man. Look at these idiots, man. Just look at them. They idiots.
Increase in the amount students borrow. 6, to get the same purchasing
Nah, I
power
want
that
to
you
see
got
them
out of
idiots that's sitting in
20
class real
defensive
quick.
America. Last year, college graduates who took out student loans borrowed on average $40,904. That's nearly $15,000 more than students from the class of 2010 who borrowed
Look at them retards. Them the real retards.
representing the 37% increase in the amount students borrow. 6, to get the same purchasing power that you got out of $20 back in 1970, you'd have to have more than $127.80 today. 7, and to get the same purchasing power that you got out of $20 back in 1913, you'd have to have more than $522 today. 8, there are fewer payroll jobs in the United States today than there were back in 2000, even though we've added more than 52 million extra people to the population since then. In January alone, the U.S. lost 301,000 payroll jobs. 9, the U.S. economy is short on millions of middle-class jobs.
Oh,
Big
that felt so
corporations
good.
have
Because you got a lot of evil ass people. Once they feel like they got some sort of power, they want to show it off. They want to talk to you. They want to talk shit. Oh, I'm going to graduate and then I'm going to be a dentist, you know, and I'm going to get my little 401k and me and my family are going to be fine. What are you going to do in the next couple of years? What are you going to do in the next year or two? You know, they make fun of the people. They make fun of us, especially the white people. They make fun of the children of Israel. And then you got house niggas. You know, the children of Israelites that are the house niggas that make fun of niggas that are less fortunate. You know, but the niggas that are less fortunate, they not knowing that they actually live in simpler lives. You know, you get you a nice little apartment, you get you a nice little car, you know, you get you 2 jobs or a job to support what you got to support, you know, and you live your simple life. You know, don't try to have kids. You know, you do the laws of the Bible, the support of stability, like it says, Yahweh Hashem El Shai is this strength of salvation, the stability of the times, the fear of Yahweh is a treasure. I forgot the whole thing. I don't want to chop it up. But, you know, the Bible also shows us how to live simpler lives. It shows us certain things. The things that you don't like in this Bible, well, when the survival kicks in, you're going to be kissing Yahweh's feet. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be kissing Yahweh Shai's feet too. And you're going to be loving Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai and then Yahweh Shai for allowing his spirit to cover you. And you're going to be thanking the Lord every day that you be able to survive and be able to live and having a stable mindset and having light baggage during these times. That's why God say, don't do this, don't do that. It might be sad. It might hurt your heart. You might feel lonely. You might feel worthless. But, hey, man, when you got this word and these times kick in, you're going to be like, oh, my goodness, the word is going to be holding that Bible going to be like you holding a brick of gold. You're going to be like, damn, like, and all this stuff happened, and it was all just to protect me. Because different things that the Lord is trying to protect you from is the different snares in life, man. It's a lot of things that can trap a nigga, man. It's a lot of things that can bring you down. It's a lot of things that can have you physically, spiritually stuck, man. And, man, you don't want to be these people, man, that's trapped like that, man. And that mental, spiritual, physical mind state, you just stuck like that on a certain thing. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with things that you just don't got time for the word. Well, I got time for the word, and I do the work to the best of my abilities, and I advise people to do the same thing too. Because, man, the shit that's coming, man, like God tell you to live simple lives. That way when this shit, because things can be, God it's going to be a point in time to where God going to take it all from you. You know, and people, our people being materialistic, bam, that's where God, I got you. You so materialistic and you so into this world, guess what? I'm going to take your car. I'm going to take your chain. I'm going to take your money. I'm going to take all that gold. I'm going to take your woman. I'm going to take your kids because you're not understanding that the things that you live in this life and the things that you have and the things that these people are earning, they are luxuries, okay? Having a family, luxury, okay? Having a beautiful woman, luxury. Having a car, that's luxury. Having nice outfits, having big ass houses, having all that bread, that's luxury. And it was rigged. It was given to you by Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? But this is all the white man's world. So when all this shit perish and all your luxuries go with it, a lot of our people ain't even gonna know how to act. But for those of them that got the word and heard the things that God is saying and realized that things are, the position, the life that you in is destined by the will of Yahweh and destined by the will of the Lord, you're going to be thanking Yahweh like, thank you, Lord, that I didn't go that far. Thank you, Lord, for not allowing me to get caught in this snare. Thank you for giving me the spirit to overcome. Because now I can be able to move and be able to maneuver like I can and survive these days that are ahead. You don't want to be like these people. Our people are very materialistic, man.
Systematically shipping them overseas over the past 5 decades, and our politicians haven't done anything to prevent that. According to stats compiled by the Economic Policy Institute, since the year 2000, 5,500,000 manufacturing jobs have been lost. U.S. employment in the manufacture of computer and electronic products dropped by 40%. In the production of machinery by 30%. In motor vehicles and motor vehicle parts by 44%. And in the manufacture of clothing by 66%. 10. Our leaders have made it and regulations are significantly less strict. Now, our economic infrastructure is falling apart right in front of our eyes. Since 2001, around 68,000 manufacturing facilities in the United States have been shut down, and that's according to InvestmentMonitor.com. Over the past 50 years, manufacturing's share of the gross domestic product has shrunk from 27 to 12%. 11. As a result of our imprudent economic policies, our trade balances are absolutely exploding. For example, the U.S. trade deficit with China in 2021 was over 35.5 times larger than it was back in 1990. 12. Millions of Americans are struggling to find good jobs, even though the unemployment rate is only at 3.6%. The underemployment rate, representing the rate of U.S. workers making less than $18,000 a year, is at 22.8%. 13. The number of good jobs has been steadily shrinking in America. In the 1970s, about 61% of jobs in the United States were middle-class jobs. But today, only about 23% of jobs out there are middle-class jobs. 14. Over the last 3 decades, the percentage of low-income jobs has consistently risen. Back in 1980, less than 30% of all jobs in the United States were low-income jobs. Today, over half of all the jobs in the United States, or about 53%, are low-income jobs. 15. The U.S. middle class is being squeezed by an explosion of debt. In the year 2000, the median debt carried by middle-class households was only $50,971. Today, that number has escalated to $145,000, according to consumer debt stats released by Debt.org. 16. At the beginning of the century, the United States was ranked number 1 in average wealth per adult. By 2010, the United States had fallen to 7th. And in 2021...
And they telling you, man, they telling you you're better off poor than being in a fucking middle-class state. Because the middle-class people is the ones that's pumping the most money into the government's pockets, man. The rich people is a part of all of that. So they don't count. So the poor people, we getting our butts kicked. But it's even worse for middle-class people because they got the mortgage. They got the car note. They got the kids. You know what I'm saying? They got the big booming job that they have 24/7. They got the wife that's pumping money out of it. They got all kinds of bills that they paying. And these government people just throwing it at them, just throwing it at them, just throwing it at them. And the middle class is that's why they say the middle class is no more. You know, because they pumping and they shrinking them. And it's a lot of people. You would be surprised. It might look like certain people that's doing good and all that. But they not in no predicament to even be called good. The middle class is the main target, and once they remove that, it's over. The middle class is going to become bums, and it's going to separate and going to put a big-ass power gap in between the poor. The ones that was middle class is that power gap. They're going to be gone, and then it's going to be the rich. You know, and the rich, they can pay as much money as they want. You know, it doesn't even matter. The government ain't bleeding them. The government is bleeding the middle class and the poor people. But I'd rather be poor than be with the middle class right now because they getting their ass whooped, man. Them the ones that's taking a lot of impact.
The U.S. has dropped to the 26th position.
Narix has completely rebuilt the retail pharmacy experience using robotics.
17. Even though our incomes continue to go down each month, last year we spent about $3,500 more to buy the same goods and services we consumed in previous years, according to calculations shared by the Penn-Wharton budget model. 18. Unfortunately, middle-class Americans have been seeing their incomes decline for a very long time. In the past 2 years alone, rampant inflation resulted in a 4% drop in wages and purchasing power. 19. Since 1970, consumer debt in the United States
Great
has soared
Depression
by a
too.
mind-blowing
Amen.
1,700%. To make things
You see
worse,
that?
the rate of personal saving.
And it says Americans comfortably numb on the highway to economic collapse. And these motherfuckers, along with the 2/3 and the wicked Edomites, they so influenced by them that they do not see it coming. They do not notice it. They not worried about it. They moving so fast in their life. You know what I'm saying? There might be certain people that's feeling the gravity of it, but the whole masses is not paying attention to this economic downslide. And this is something that people need to be focused on, man. People really need to be focused on this shit, you know, but it's all a part of Yahweh's grand design. So, you know, the Lord is blinding those that don't want to see. So I'm blind you, get rid of you, you know what I'm saying? And when it happens and you see it coming, it's going to be too late to repent, because it's going to it's getting biblical right now. And it's not, you can't deny it, you can't hide it, you can't stop it. It's very, very fucking biblical, okay? And our people just don't believe it. They don't care. Like I said, Americans are comfortably numb on the highway to economic collapse. Great Depression 2. And that shit ain't no joke. That mean that it's the collapse, because the Great Depression 1 is when America collapsed. Great Depression 2 is when it collapsed permanently.
In the U.S. has dramatically fallen, while the total amount of consumer credit card debt skyrocketed.
That was a part of the Great Depression 1 too.
24,500%. 20. At least 70% of Americans have lived paycheck to paycheck at some point during the past 24 months, and 48% of them are still living paycheck to paycheck right now. 21. According to a survey conducted by RealEstateWitch.com, 2 in 5 Americans, or about 41%, have no emergency savings. At the same time, 40% of Americans who do have savings believe they will run out of money in 2022. 22. The U.S. debt crisis has gotten completely and totally out of control. Since 2011, the debt of the federal government surpassed 100% of GDP every single year. 2021, the debt to GDP ratio hit the 133% mark. 23. During the past 2 years alone, the U.S. government has accumulated more debt than it did at any other time in history. 24. Despite adding tens of trillions of dollars to the national debt since 2020, the federal government plans to spend an additional $6.01 trillion in 2022.
And you know why? Because it says money is cheap, let's spend it. White House spends 600. White House is 6 trillion budget message, meaning that the money ain't no good. So they can just spend it, flaunt it, give it to the rest of the people. Why? Because the other nations don't want that money, man. It's people burning money right now as we speak. It's people throwing away money, transferring over to the new currency as we speak. Different nations are doing it right now. So why niggas think they got bands, niggas think they got racks and shit, and those of us that's trying to make a living, that doesn't even matter, man. The money that we got in our pockets is just balls of paper and silver. It ain't worth shit no more. So of course they're gonna dump $6 trillion on the people and make it rain on them. Why? Because it ain't worth shit no more.
Now, don't let yourself fall into a bubble of false hope. Right now, there's a lot of talk about how the U.S. economy is improving, but that is far from the truth. Over the past decades, the number of good jobs in America has dropped drastically. At the same time, tens of thousands of businesses, millions of jobs, and trillions of dollars of our national wealth have been shipped out of the country. Our national debt is dozens of times larger than it was 30 years ago. And year after year, the rate of inflation goes up faster than our incomes do. At this point, the working class is shrinking at a breathtaking pace, and labor conditions are not improving at all. Anyone who believes that things will come back to where they were a decade ago
Hell no.
and that America still has a bright economic future is delusional. Until the long-term trends that are destroying the U.S. economy are reversed, any talk of economic recovery is absolute nonsense.
And like you said, it's never gonna go back to normal. And the 86 trillion that they owe is a lie. I heard that it was $200 trillion. So, you know, this shit is fucked. Like you said, unless they can reverse the factor, unless they can pay the debts, and they can get the credit card payments resolved, they can go and make it right with China. They can stop beefing with Russia, and none of these things are gonna fucking happen. Then America is gonna implode and blow up, man. By the time you know it, a year from now, well, I wouldn't be surprised if this place was on fire, man. I can't give it a time and date, but it's a time span with all of this. You only got so much time left to get to Yahweh. It could pop off in the middle of the summer. Who knows? It could pop off at the end of this year, at the beginning of next year. Because it ain't, man, by the way things are going, it ain't going to be no more fucking food. By the way things are going, all you going to have is money and no fucking resources. Who wants to walk around and have racks and racks of money and they can't spend it on anything? Because there's nothing to spend it on. There you go, man. You can have all this money all you want. Doesn't matter. Because the real thing that money gives you is resources, cars, water, food, clothes on your back. If the money can't supply that, then what good is it? Oh, they're going to figure out that money ain't worth shit. So we're going to get a couple of more scriptures, and I'm going to close out because I don't want to make it too long. I could go another hour and two talking about it. It's a lot to cover. It's a lot to cover. I got 3 more videos, but that's going to be another hour or two. So I don't want to make it too long to where people do look at it. They be like, damn, I don't want to look at all this, and it's just too long because it's a lot to cover, Give you the last couple of verses right here. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 3. It says, "And it shall come to pass that he who is left in Zion and remains in Jerusalem will be called holy, everyone who is recorded among the living in Jerusalem." So the elect, them the only ones that's going to make it out of all this. It says, when Yahweh has washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and the filth of the daughters of Zion is the wicked 2/3. That's the filth. It says, and purged the blood of Jerusalem from her midst by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. Exactly. Some going to get judged during Jacob's trouble and the mark of the beast in World War III. And some of them going to get the worst judgment of them all, the nuclear day. It says, then Yahweh will create above every dwelling place of Mount Zion and above her assemblies a cloud and a smoke by day and the shining of a flaming fire by night. For over all the glory there will be a covering, and there will be a tabernacle for shade in the daytime, and for the heat, and from the heat, a place of refuge, and for a shelter for a shelter from storm and rain. So you're gonna be protected all the way up to the day of the nuclear day, because those people did their work. Those people went hard. The elect, whoever they may be, I hope I'm one of them. These people went hard. They believed on Yahweh. They loved God, and in exchange, God gave them love and protection. And God, and then in return, he got rid of the 2/3, and they can go and perish with the white people, and that's exactly what's gonna happen to those of them that don't come back. Like I said, as you can see from the Epic Economist, this Edomite that gave out this crucial information about the how, and instead of him, sometimes he put in 2-3 videos a day. And it's telling you just how worse the shit is getting. The shit is getting bad right now. And it's irreversible. Like he said, it's irreversible. You can't go back in time and fix all the shit that America's done. America's completely flat broke. They washing up in debt. It's flooding up all the way to the top of their heads. They fucking stock market is crashing. The mortgage bubble is about to pop. There ain't gonna be no more colleges. There ain't gonna be no more food. There ain't gonna be no more resources, no water, nothing. All that shit got sent away to other countries, and it's only a matter of time now before shelves are empty, people is rioting, the dollar is in the wind, because you can have all the money in the world, but how the fuck you gonna, what's the point of the money and you can't use it, you know? So with that, calling Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, and Amy Al Shai, got a good presentation tomorrow. I got enough videos, you know what I'm saying, to do a nice little presentation to tomorrow. I'm gonna break it off and make this a part 1 and make it a part 2 for the Sabbath, because I gotta go to work. So I might have to go to the highways and byways on, most likely on Sunday, if I don't make it tomorrow. But, you know, do the best that you can to show Yahweh that you love him, you know, because the time is coming to where a lot of people, they gonna regret the day that they pushed away Yahweh, because, you know, it's gonna get ugly for them. But call on Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, and name me Al Shai, Shalom, and it's on to the next video. Good night.